Welcome to the Dark Mark Show. It's the lighter side of the dark side. It's the lighter side of the dark side. Can you hear now, Josie?
No.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's probably for the best. Welcome to the Monday Night Freakshow. It's the lighter side of the dark side. I am Dark Mark, and this is the show that I've wanted all along. I want every show to be like this, Josie.
I bet you do.
Yes. We have...
You're in heaven, or hell, I should say. What you like.
Of course, I'm bantering with my my co-host, Josi Kat.
Wow.
We know Josie. No, let me cue you. You want to say hello to the Dark Minions out there?
Hello, Dark Minions.
Yes, and Josie, we have some great guests tonight.
I know.
And the estrogen is flowing.
It is.
I think...
just the way we like it.
Everybody's menstruating at the same time, including myself. This is going to be good. I love this. Anyway, Josie...
Bleeding out of your ass.
No comments. One night with Josie, those things tend to happen. But we have here tonight two of my my best friends that I haven't seen in a while. I haven't seen Nicole for quite some time.
About a year.
This is you've let me see all the things you do, and I found out a lot of stuff. Comic book writer,
A couple.
journalist,
Used to be.
novelist,
Yep.
actress,
Occasionally.
musician,
Yes.
bass player,
Going to be.
singer,
Yes.
artist.
Yes.
Sounds like my resume.
Right.
Ooh.
Except I've actually read Nicole's writing, and it's good.
Oh.
Well, my book only has pictures in it.
Oh.
That was good, too. This is Nicole Sixx, everybody.
Hello.
Just in
Hi,
time for
Nicole.
Comic-Con. And you two have never met.
No, we haven't.
You look really familiar, though, so I'm sure
I'm
we've
sure
been to the same
we've
places.
crossed paths.
You both
Hollywood.
are sort of circle in the same universe. And
Hollywood is a small town.
yes, it is. And also in Hollywood, or actually somewhere in the Valley. Mm-hmm. But she always goes to Hollywood. I see her all the time. The first time I met you, well, actually, I met you on Twitter.
Yes.
Somebody followed me called the Vegan Vampire Bat, and it was so contrary and so it made no sense. I said she's got to be great, and then we met at the V Society. We took pictures with Josie, but she completely forgot.
Oh, that was you.
That was her.
That was me.
That was her.
Okay.
The Vegan Vampire Bat herself, Natalie Garcia,
Hello.
who is a hyphen in herself. You're an actress.
I am.
You're a stunt woman.
I am.
You're a vampire.
I am.
You're,
We like the vampires on the show.
we had somebody
I
who
brought
claimed
my
to be.
fangs. if
We
anyone's
need to
wondering.
have we almost have a vampire every single show.
Right, and actually, the vampire we had a couple weeks ago, Josie didn't believe him, but
I believed him. I was just giving him a really hard time.
She was really scared of the vampire. She was holding mirrors in front of him the whole thing.
Oh,
But,
please.
anyway, Josie, we're here in the studio, and I want to say that tonight's show is brought to you by myself because I'm playing a show at California Institute of
So it's
Abnormal
all
Arts.
about you.
It's always all about me. What do you think? How do you think I got these guests? This is who I wanted to look across and look at and gaze at and research. I am doing a show.
He does a lot of research.
I did
on
a lot
the
of
female
I did
guests.
a lot of research for this show.
A
Josie.
lot.
I didn't look at your new page once, but I am at the California Institute of Abnormal Arts. We all know where that is. You know where that is.
Yeah, I love
Have
that
you
place.
guys ever been to the California
Arts.
Institute
CIA.
of Abnormal Arts, the CIA
No.
in North Hollywood? Oh, you got to
So
go.
cool.
Yeah.
And you got to go on June 18th, which is a Thursday,
Okay.
9 o'clock. I will be performing with Room of Voices.
So
Okay.
June 18th?
July 18th. What did I say?
June
want us to go
18th.
back in time.
Yes, July 18th.
We're promoting very far ahead.
Thursday, July 18th, I am performing with Room of Voices. Who is Room of Voices, you ask?
Yeah, who?
You ever heard of Mingo Lewis?
No.
You ever
Tell
heard
us,
You ever heard of
please.
Santana?
Yes.
Yes.
You ever heard of the Tubes?
Yes.
You ever heard of Billy Joel?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This guy played with all of them. He used to be a
All
member of
right.
Santana. He was a member of the Tubes when they were cool with the white punks on dope. Those Tubes, not the Sheets of Beauty Tubes. And apparently, his show is very psychedelic and crazy. It's so crazy that California Institute of Abnormal Arts has them on every Thursday. And I'll be performing not one of these 10-minute sets with a bunch of comics. I'm going to do a big headliner 40-minute set and then Room of Voices. Go to California Institute of Abnormal Arts website, Google them, and buy tickets in advance. It's $12 in advance, $15 at the door. Buy them in advance. Come out, have a fun time, laugh with me, smoke a bowl, watch Room of Voices. It's going to be great. But I was in San Diego this weekend, so I had no idea what happened in Hollywood. Josie, what happened in Hollywood this week?
Well, we did see each other on the 3rd.
At the bondage ball.
At the bondage ball, and that was fun. That
was fun.
Great time.
Were you at the bondage ball, Nicole?
No, I couldn't make it.
Because I missed you. Because if you were there, you would have seen us getting into a
don't
spanking
even
contest,
start.
which I won.
I had my crop, and he had a paddle.
Oh,
so
yeah, we were
turned-
sword fighting on the floor.
Excellent.
Yeah,
I
on
had
the
a paddle,
dance
she had the
floor.
crop, and
We cleared the dance floor.
As by your status.
yes, it was fun, yeah. But I'm a little quicker.
He wouldn't stop. I had to run away.
You were the one. No, you didn't run away. I had to walk away because I was it was.
Did you get to see Matsumi Max's show or Masha's show? When did they perform?
I didn't see Matsumi Max. I saw Heather Dahl was on here last week. I saw her show. Matsumi,
I saw her dancing on the pole.
Matsumi said she's going to come on the show.
Oh, did she?
She wants to come on the show.
Cool.
And how was your?
I love her.
I love her too.
Of course, she was in Tales from the Crapper also.
She did a movie like 10 years ago, and she won't stop talking about it.
Because everyone that's been on the show has been in this movie. It's crazy. There's
Tales from the Crapper. These
That's
two
We have
were
not-
12 years
they have
old,
not
but
been
Tales
in.
from the Crapper was out on DVD.
It was 10 years ago.
Yes.
Yes.
So how red was your hiney after the bondage ball?
I don't know. I didn't look.
Oh, really?
Did you get someone to look for you?
That would have been a good idea. That would have been a good excuse.
And what else happened this week in Hollywood?
I went to a great 4th of July party. Lacey Connor had one at her new pad.
I did see you. I was there.
Oh.
We were at the same party.
The 6 degrees, and you didn't talk to each other.
Her new pad.
I remember now. I saw you in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's all coming back to me.
It's all
You were
coming back.
you were in the kitchen. What were you doing?
Well, that's
Drinking
where all the-
beers or what?
Yeah, that's where all the food and booze was.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think we're even in pictures. We might not be in the same pictures, but pictures with the same people at the same party. That's
that
hilarious.
was a good party, wasn't it?
It was.
It was so good that
was,
you
and
two were there and didn't even know, didn't say hi to each other, didn't even acknowledge each
I
other.
make it around a room at a party, so
Yeah.
I was everywhere.
You
So
both were
that
like,
was-
you've never met each other. No, we've never been in the same place at the same time, except last week.
Well, I don't think we met.
Right.
But we were both there.
Right.
I make my rounds.
Not bad.
And went to the skydiving
I was
place
going to
in
ask about the
Paris.
skydiving. How was the
But
skydiving?
I didn't skydive. I went in the wind tunnel. I took some practice jumps in the wind tunnel. But my cousin goes skydiving every single weekend.
So when are you going to graduate from the wind tunnel?
To actually jumping?
Yes.
I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. So
I think I'll do the wind tunnel a few more times.
Well, Josie, that's thrilling Hollywood reports. The highlight of the weekend was being in the same place as Nikki at the same time and not knowing it, and
They have a really big house.
getting your ass spanked by me. So everybody,
There you have it.
we're bringing the party to you. And something else happened this week, and this is funny because I was talking to Nicole as I picked her up, and we were on our way. There's a lot of Nicole Sixxes out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot of Josi Cats out there.
And now there are. There never used to be.
So Josi Kat had somebody report you. What happened to your Facebook?
Yeah, my Facebook got deleted by Facebook. Apparently, you cannot brand your name. You have to use your name on your ID. And some hater decided to report me. So I have a...
I think it was Nicole because you didn't say hi to her at the party.
You're the
I
one.
didn't know her name,
Yes.
so how could I report her name?
Right. Has anything like that happened to you, Nicole? Because I know when I met you, you're like... You're,
My Facebook title is actually the real Nicole Sixx. Just
I know,
It
I know.
pissed me off so much because it's Andy Bierzak has all these fangirls that want to sleep with him. They're
Right.
not even fans of Nikki Sixx; they're just fans of Andy. And there's even like fan fiction out there about me, not knowing it's about me because they don't know that there's a real Nicole Sixx. They're just crazy girls who want to sleep with the black bromide. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, according to Facebook, if that's not your name on your ID, you can't use it.
Well,
unless it's a like page.
I'm sure that all of the, because it's not just people who want to sleep with band members, it's people pretending to be band members. Like, there are thousands of people probably actually pretending to be Andy Sixx himself, so.
Right.
Let alone Nikki Sixx.
I'm sure. So I thought maybe she had some advice for you about the Facebook thing, but
You're just
There-
unlucky.
because when you Google Nicole Sixx, you get the mother load.
Oh, wow.
There's Tumblrs, there's all sorts of things that come out at you.
I'm the first page of results, though. I have really good SEO.
You're the first, second. There's a lot of results for you. There's a lot. You've been. Now how long? Have you, now you
3
started.
years.
You started in comic books.
Mm-hmm. I broke out in pop journalism.
Okay. And how old were you when you were doing that?
I started 3 years ago.
Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Now you grew up in Colorado.
Yeah.
In the foster care system in
Yeah.
Colorado, and I in Denver or
Close to Denver, about 20 minutes away in a suburb. But Jefferson County is Colorado's a huge place, and Jefferson County kind of spans pretty much the entire state, and I was in the Jefferson County foster care system, so I've been all over the state.
You would jump around Westminster, any of them?
Well, Westminster's where I ended up when I got a good family, but
No
before
way.
that...
I lived in Westminster.
Really?
I went to Scott Carpenter Junior High.
I know where that is.
And let me tell you something. That was the peak of my popularity.
Ooh.
For some reason, this is when I was in 8th and 9th grade.
Not now. Then.
After this show, but no, in high school I was always the new kid. We kept moving around, Josie. So I was always the new kid, and so I was always kind of like the weird new kid.
Is that how you got into comedy? You had to entertain
of course,
the
yes.
new,
And that's how you
make
got
friends.
into your fantasy life. And
I got into writing because I didn't get along with people, so I'd read books, but I was poor, so when I ran out of books to read, I would then write them.
that's good. I mean,
Smart.
I'm sorry that you were poor, but at least you discovered an outlet. And you used to write on trees. I read in an interview.
Yeah, I didn't write on the trees. The bark would peel off naturally, and then I would tell stories about little trolls that lived under the tree roots that must have done that, and the kids would come out and we'd all play about trolls and stuff. So I was an entertainer at a very young age.
But yeah, so I grew up in Westminster. What happened was I moved around a lot, and for some reason, 8th and 9th grade, actually junior high, for some reason I was like, suddenly people liked me, and I was always the eccentric kid, and I was always a smart ass, and I was into comic books when it wasn't cool. It's cool now. It wasn't cool, and so it's because I was going to ask you about that. I posted something about the Lone Ranger and what a piece of shit that looked like. I actually said, Johnny Jeff, the Lone Ranger, you got to be fucking kidding me. And you said that the Lone Ranger looked like it smelled worse than 150-year-old balls.
Look lamer.
Look lamer than 150-year-old balls.
So those
Now, how
would
do you
be
know what
pretty lame.
150-year-old balls look like? That's what I want.
Looked like the movie itself looked like it would be lamer than
150-year-old balls. Okay. And then you said, well, just because I'm
Sorry, Tim Burton fans.
Yes, I'm back. Well, it wasn't Tim Burton. It was somebody else. But
I'm pretty sure it's Tim Burton, right?
no, it's some other.
It's the crew.
Well, hell,
definitely the crew.
yeah, but I think somebody else directed it. But what you also said, well, just because I'm hating on Johnny Depp, I make up golf points for not conforming to society.
Right.
But you sort of conform to society now.
What do you mean?
Comic books are in.
Oh, no.
Vampires are in. Horror movies are in.
Society's conforming to me. I'm a trendsetter.
Exactly. That's my point exactly. Comic-Con's in a couple weeks. That's like the big party of the year.
Can't
I
get
actually
in.
won't be there this year.
It sells
Everybody's
out
very
a year
sad.
ahead.
Wait,
now.
wait. You're not going to be a Comic-Con this year?
I'm not gonna be a
Nicole
Comic-Con.
Sixx is not going to be a Comic-Con this year?
I'm a trendsetter now.
It's too mainstream
Yeah,
now.
too mainstream now.
Is that what it is?
It's been mainstream for about 10
It's been
years
mainstream
now.
for a while. I don't need to go this year, so I'm not going. I have other things I'm going to be doing. Because it's a vacation, you know? You're spending $1,000 easy.
Really?
So,
Because I might be going down, but I don't think I'm going to spend $1,000. But I mean, I don't need that many comic books.
No,
but,
that's not what I mean. I mean, rooms are really expensive, and
Yeah.
then I party. So,
Oh, really?
yeah.
We'll get to that in a second. You know who else parties? Natalie Garcia over here, who's the vegan vampire bat. And you grew up in Washington.
I did.
Seattle?
Mm-hmm.
So I've been to Seattle once, and I really liked it. You ever been to Seattle, Josie?
Several times.
Several times.
My band goes up there to perform, and I think that there's a conspiracy.
What's the
They
conspiracy?
say that it rains. Every time I go up there, it's beautiful and sunny, and it's gorgeous.
The one time
I love it.
The one time I went, oddly enough, I was on a Monday. I was the whole weekend, but on the Monday that I was there, it was the hardest it's ever rained in 100 years. But what's weird is that they drive perfect in the rain. They're driving 45, the right distance.
They don't slam on their brakes like here.
No.
They don't
no,
drive at
no,
2
no.
miles per hour.
None of that shit. So
It's raining.
So how's growing up in Seattle? So, like,
It
you were
was
conceived
great.
like, you were like conceived like probably at a Soundgarden show, like,
Oh man, like Nirvana.
yeah, because you were
My
like,
babysitter got me into Nirvana.
right, but you were like, yeah, you were born when like all that stuff was
All the
happening,
'90s grunge. Yeah.
and so when you came of age, like Seattle was over.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of sucks. All the like '90s hip hop kind of. My sister was more into that.
Right.
I was into Goosebumps. That was me.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, that was like big in the '90s.
Yeah, so you were
It was.
yes.
Yeah.
So you were always, but by the time you came of age, like the Seattle scene, is there still like a scene there? Or is that?
Oh yeah, yeah.
so there's all people like in flannel shirts trying to recreate the.
There's still a lot of people wearing flannel, sporting flannel, and ripped jeans.
They're hipsters
there.
now.
Yeah, beards.
So when did you move to LA?
I moved to LA. It'll be 2 years in October.
Okay. So you realize that the vegan vampire, you realize how incongruous that is?
Oh yes, I love irony.
Like, do you suck blood out of cabbage? I mean, what do you do with?
No, it's like blood is like my bane. So I eat vegan, but of course there's like that crazy dark side that wants blood. So that's where V Society comes in. It kind of satisfies that.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you sucked any blood at the V Society? Or you can't
I will
really
not say anything.
That's.
I can't
It's
say
a
anything.
secret society.
It's
Well,
like
that's
a
right.
secret.
'cause
Talk about
Like,
it.
you can't talk
I'm in the secret society. I can't even talk about it. But no, because you've never sucked my blood. That's why I'm asking. I
No,
just feel.
I haven't.
Nah.
No.
It's the wrong type, or
I'm choosy. I'm choosy.
gee, thanks.
Got to get intimate.
They have to.
You know, interesting,
Yeah.
Josie. Natalie was one of the people I was thinking of having as a co-host.
Yeah?
Not anymore. No. Initially, you were one of the people I actually went to. I'm like, you want to co-host? You're like, yeah, it sounds like fun. And then kind of Hell's Bell came in, and then she flaked, and then Josie sort of took over, and she could. Yeah, I can't get
I
rid of
took
her.
the reins.
Yeah,
I
you-
know you can't get rid of me
I can't get
wherever
rid of
you go.
I complimented her eyes, and she couldn't stay away.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
You guys kind of have the same eyes.
Really?
Very, very close.
Well, what's? Oh wow. Anyway, let me look ahead here. And the thing about you two, and it's great that I have you two on the show because I see pictures of both of you, and you know how to take pictures at the perfect angle. You know how to tilt your head, and like every picture of you, especially, is just there's like a triangular thing with your head, both of you. And you know how to do that. Teach me how to do that because I don't know
Every
how to.
time we take a picture together, we're both like
Yeah,
staring, mad dogging the camera.
no, people like the picture that I posted last night of us.
It was good. It was from the right angle, though. You take it from above.
Right, but I mean this.
Usually
I
we're-
take it
make
from
love
Mad
above.
to the
Jogging.
camera. Look at the camera like it's just a little bit taller than you, and you're gonna reach up there in a second, and you're just gonna take it madly.
Oh, so I got to like. Oh, I didn't know if I
Yeah.
had. Okay, because we were at the bondage ball.
You gotta be the woman.
We took that might help. No, because I grabbed. She got the camera and it's all blurry. But we took pictures. We took like 50 pictures at the bondage ball, and a
I
couple.
didn't like any of them.
Yeah, you two took a picture just now. Perfect. That was it. That's all you needed to do. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But so
We're from the selfie generation, though.
Yeah.
that's true. That's
The
true. That's why
MySpace.
these kids.
It's all from MySpace.
Oh yeah, you guys were like the
Yeah.
first MySpace people, and
Yeah.
Josie says she ruled MySpace.
I had 50,000 friends.
Yeah.
I
Where,
met-
Now I have 0.
yeah, where are those friends now?
I got into writing
Now I have 12.
Wait, you
because
guys
I
are writing on
befriended
MySpace?
the entire Splat Pack via MySpace back when Eli Roth, James Wan, all of
Oh,
them
yeah.
were on MySpace. So
I was wondering who the Splat Pack was. Eli Roth, James. Okay, so
Rob Zombie, you know,
all the horror directors.
Yeah.
Because it is Women of Horror night tonight.
there are no women in the
yes.
Splat Pack because there just needs to be more. They all want them. They're
Well, why
just
don't you
not
join
there.
the Splat Pack?
I don't know. I guess I'm friends. I mean, James follows me on Twitter. I guess that's as close as I'll get for right now.
Right.
For now.
For now, exactly. I'm breaking it.
And Kevin Smith favorited one of your tweets, and you were very happy about that.
Ooh, I'd be
It was
stoked.
funny.
No, you favorited one of my tweets too. I was. 'Cause-
I favorite my
Comedy
favorite.
Central favored one of mine.
Ooh.
I was pretty excited about that.
what tweet was that?
I don't know.
Because I
I just
basically
remember.
I wrote it so that he would follow what he would favorite, and basically what I said was because comic book culture is in now, like he really should get, like because everything that he liked is now in now, he should get a cut of Star Wars Episode 7 and the Avengers 2, and he really should, because now it's all you guys are you guys you're not into Star Wars, are you?
I am.
I
obviously.
love Star Wars.
Okay, we got some nerds here. That's good. And when I say nerds, you're not offended.
Well, Star Wars actually I don't even think is nerdy anymore. It's accepted as one
It's
of the
not
best
nerdy anymore.
action films ever.
Everything that was nerdy is not nerdy anymore.
It's not.
The jocks don't know what to do with it. That's why they're committing suicide. They're murdering their wives. They don't know what the fuck to do. Everybody, all the nerdy Harry Potter and Star Wars guys, they're all getting the girls.
Yep.
So let me just ask you, just advice to a nerdy guy like me, how I would get a nerdy girl like you. Either one of you.
Advice?
Yes. Because I want a nerdy girl like one of you.
I'm an artistic romantic, so I date pretty things that are bad for me.
How about a not so pretty thing that would be perfect for you?
That's not going to appeal to an artist. What would I have to write about?
Oh, you could write about my rough exterior and my tender interior.
You know, that's appealing to some girls, especially at
And your
Comic
sweaty
Con.
forehead.
My sweaty forehead. Thank you,
You have
Josie.
the right look to pick up girls in elf ears right now. You know, you go to Comic Con, you're going to clean up this week.
You said elf ear. What was elf ears?
Girls with elf ears.
Cosplayers.
Elf ears. We've had girls with elf ears.
No, my ex-girlfriend used to send emails in Elfish, and I
We
couldn't-
had a.
See?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Danny has elf ears,
Yes, she does.
but she's taken.
Yes, they're all taken.
So
Natalie's
that's
taken.
another reason
You're
you
taken,
should
Nicole,
go
right?
to Comic-Con.
You got some pretty guys.
I have some pretty
boy
guys.
toys. Yes, everybody's taken. Natalie's taken, and
And some pretty girls.
so Natalie, what's your advice if a nerdy guy like myself? Because I'm not the right kind of nerd. I'm even nerdy. I'm too nerdy for the nerds. Because I like. Okay, this may alienate a big majority of our audience.
Here
I
we
actually
go.
think the black hole is better than Star Wars.
See, I know what black hole is. Most people watching this aren't even going to know what black hole is.
The black hole was the Disney ripoff of Star Wars. I recognize that it's a ripoff of Star Wars, but when I was a kid, I saw Star Wars, nothing. Saw the black hole, thought it was great.
I liked black hole when I was a kid, and then I saw Star Wars when I was older enough to appreciate it. It's worked out for me. I just really like androids.
Right. And also I like, here's another one. Please, we've got them, so don't turn off. I like DC better than Marvel.
Duh.
Oh.
Who doesn't?
No, the nerds like the Marvel.
That's just because Joss Whedon made it cool.
You can't say, no,
and
you
Iron
can't.
Man,
Trust
Tony
me.
Stark.
No, I like Iron Man too. I like Marvel, but I always liked DC. I had both.
Well, I grew up in the 90s, so obviously DC was cooler. Batman was fucking everywhere.
Right, but when
I never cared about Spider-Man the way I cared about Batman. Most of society didn't until Tobey Maguire, which I still don't feel
Batman's
about.
darker.
no,
Batman's awesome.
Spider-Man was pretty big. I mean, I like Spider-Man too. I'm not hating
Not
on
in
Marvel.
my circles. My circles all were about the DC, because DC was about what was real and deep.
But some of the DC is a little silly. I understand.
Is
The
now.
Flash is a little silly, and the Green Lantern is sort of silly, and all that stuff. Natalie, we're neglecting you. You like comic books too, right?
Not as much as you guys.
I guess not.
thankfully.
Okay.
About Green Who?
But you were. I was looking because you're doing both of you also great with the fundraising, the Kickstarter, the Indiegogo. Because I got to try this, but I was watching your Kickstarter. You're in the Monster Project.
Yes.
What is the Monster Project?
The Monster Project is a film that we're going to be shooting soon, and it's based off real monsters in LA, in
Right.
Hollywood. And so the director kind of gets these monsters together in one room to all interview them over a course of a night. And
Sounds like my show.
it kind of does. But things go really badly, and we'll see
Is
what
it
finds
like
out.
a
It's like
mockumentary?
it's like a found
It's a
film.
mockumentary.
There's the
Film
vampire.
documentary.
Okay.
So it says you studied vampires and vampirism since grade school.
I don't think my mom knows that.
Which
though.
was
Well, she does now. But what
well,
grade
years
school?
ago.
When in grade school, what grade are we talking?
Let's see. Since I can remember, maybe like
Kindergarten.
5, 6 years old.
And what vampire stuff were you studying?
I don't know what got me into it, honestly. I was more. I always looked for the vampire books, and I
Right.
would try and teach myself as much about vampirism
But-
and legitimate vampirism as much as possible.
Because at that age, the only books are The Count from Sesame Street.
or Bunnicula.
a one, a two, a three.
I read a
Yeah.
lot of Bunnicula.
Bunnicula,
Frankenweenie.
What is
I
Bunnicula?
remember-
Bunnicula is a bunny vampire.
Yeah.
And then the sequel is Chateau Bow Wow, and then Night of the Living Broccoli?
something like that.
I told you
It was
two
an
would bond.
awesome series.
I got
Great.
man, I
Same
gotta
generation.
catch up on
Yeah.
my children's
Bunnicula
reading.
is adorable.
Okay, I gotta catch up on my
He
children's
would
reading.
drain the blood of the vegetables.
Of carrots.
Maybe that's where I
He
came
drains
Vegan
carrots.
vampire.
from.
So
yeah.
Bunnicula's a vegan vampire.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Bunnicula was pretty cute. Those little fangs, those ears.
That's adorable.
And
Yeah.
the dog didn't believe it, but
Right.
the cat was gung-ho about the fact that Bunnicula was Bunnicula.
Uh-huh.
And you never outgrew
baby
the vampire.
vampire.
I
thing.
never outgrew it.
So like in junior high, high school. you
Yeah,
were still-
junior high. Well, in elementary school, I would try and scare some of the friends I didn't like and convince them I was a vampire, and they believed me.
Right.
And then I tried to do the same thing again in high school,
Right.
and a few people thought I was really weird.
And they
but-
locked you in a locker.
No, I had lots of friends. I wasn't like that weird.
Right.
Being
Because
goth
by that
was
time I was
also
hip.
cool when we were growing up.
What?
Being goth was also it still
Yeah.
existed when we were growing
Yeah,
up.
Right, right.
but I was like, every time my mom's like, "Why are you looking so goth today?" I was like, "I'm not goth. Like, what are you talking about?"
Right. And
See,
so,
when I was in high school, it was death rock. That's how
right,
old I am.
Right.
Well, now
Well,
it's
when-
Twilight. So.
Well,
Oh yeah.
when you were in high school, Dracula was just bitten. But you,
Oh.
Nicole, please, you went to high school. You and Bram Stoker were the prom couple. Anyway, so Nicole, did you try to scare people when you were in school?
No, I kept my head down, and then all of a sudden accidentally became popular without trying. So
You became hot,
slowly.
and you became hot too at some point. That's why.
At some point.
at-
At some point.
no, it was in high school, I would imagine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
So all the guys are like, "You're weird, but you're hot." So yeah, and that seems like
And
it resonates
in my
with you.
school, we were all poor, and so the smart kids were basically like people are like, well, the smart kids are the ones who will be rich someday. So I was in all these AP classes
Right.
and slowly blooming, and so they're like, oh, she's smart and she's single and she's becoming attractive. So
That's exactly what I said when I first met you. And then now you got the boy toys. But you have written. I apologize because I know I said I was going to buy these novellas.
Novella.
You published 3 novellas.
I published 2 short stories and a novella.
And one of those is a vampire story.
It is.
Is that the novella?
It is. That was a direct response to wanting vampires to be scary again because I really don't like that they're basically dildos now. They are there to fulfill
Right.
the fetishes of young women.
Good.
Exactly.
That's what
You-
my
you hear that,
movie is
Josie?
about, too.
Mm-hmm.
Enough with the vampire dildos. We want vampires to be scary again.
Well, to be fair, I mean, Dracula itself was a vampire romance, but I just like scary vampires.
Well, her dildos have fangs going in, but not coming out.
Ooh.
Anyway, so
It's kind of like a cat with a barbed penis. Got to get it in there.
Exactly.
anyway,
Once it goes in, it won't come out.
but it was Carousel Boys, which is available on Kindle, which is on every tablet except for mine apparently, because I have.
You haven't downloaded the free app on an available device because apparently you said BlackBerry won't do it.
Well, now you told everybody I have a BlackBerry tablet, which nobody has, but there's a whole story behind it. But it has Kobo. It doesn't have Kindle. However, I will. My
Kobo.
Kobo.
Your
Yeah,
PC
it's
I've
very,
never
will
heard
handle
of
it
that.
just
it's very close to Kindle. They all start with K.
Ks.
They both do the same thing, but
Kobo's Canadian. I looked into it.
it's okay. But this is.
It
but
means book backwards was originally. It has a.
is that what? Is that what? It,
That
oh,
was where it came from. Yeah.
Oh, that's so lame.
Yeah.
And that's what I have on my tablet. But anyway, Carousel Boys, and if you'll indulge me, I'm going to read the preview, the first page of Carousel Boys, and see if that chills you. Okay, you ready? Death had a smell, a sweet, stale ache of sweat and age, hidden carefully behind the scent of cleansers and linens. It tainted everything it touched, absorbing deep into the fibers and pores until every inch of the room was seeped with it. It had a sound as well, a tragic echoing, wheezing of breath, brushing against bone, dry tongues against chafed roofs and sticky teeth. It had a feel, the feel of something rough but weak, like the dry and yet somehow clammy, lukewarm feel of meat left out on a summer day. It had a look as well. Sallow, haunted, forgotten. Worse, it had a taste. The warm, musty taste of all these things mixed together that Michael Vale was now quite certain that he would never get out of his mouth, no matter how he tried. It was residual, the guilt of a survivor reeking its way across his taste buds as her frail, cracking chest rose offbeat to each hesitant, wheezing, echoed breath.
Meow.
Ooh.
It does set a scene.
It does.
Yes.
That is his grandmother. It starts off with his grandmother dying, and then he goes to see his dealer, because when you go to a funeral, a lot of times it feels like nobody really knew the person who died the same way you did.
Right.
And so then he goes to somebody who wouldn't pretend, which was his dealer, and then his dealer decides, you need to get this all out of your system, let's go on a road trip for Mardi Gras, and they find things along the way that they didn't know existed.
In New Orleans.
All along the way, because it's the trip down, and then it ends at Mardi Gras, which is very special to the vampires.
I've been
So
there.
what kind of research do you do? Do you...
I like a lot of Native American folklore, and I just absorbed a lot of folklore growing up, and then I fuse it all together.
Do you take any experiences of your own and put them into your publications?
Yeah, like I have him go to get pancakes. Pancakes are a big theme of the book because for some reason people always go to get fucking pancakes after funerals. My first
They're
funeral. Cheap. Nobody wants to go home, you know? They just huddle together.
That's Carousel Boys, available on Amazon.com. If you have a Kindle, which
NicoleSixx.com. Everything I have is available on NicoleSixx.com.
NicoleSixx.com. Excuse me.
Well, it goes directly to my Amazon page because I had to buy the domain because people were wanting an easy way to buy my stuff. So
Right.
Smart.
I know I do. So NicoleSixx.com, and you're also an artist, which I had no idea about. And
for Hyena Gallery in Burbank, I also do other stuff just online and for commissions. But Hyena Gallery is how I got into it because a lot of my friends made work there, and they were really nice to me when I moved out here. Amazing, amazing dark art. Like some of the oil paintings just will blow your mind. I didn't know art like that existed anymore in modern society.
Right. I was on the website today, and there's some really cool stuff. And but did you always draw, or this is just something new that you've done, or?
Yeah. I started when I was like 3. I had a comprehension for shapes. I drew. I was in preschool, and it was religious preschool because my great-grandfather, my last relative who took care of me, was this crazy Baptist. And so I drew Jonah and the whale, and I drew, you know, how you're supposed to make the little Christian fish eating the guy, and then little waves at 3 years old. With the right colors. The whale was brown, the waves were blue.
I was going to say crazy Baptist oxymoron, but that's interesting. And
then
so
they started putting me in special classes.
Right, and that's about the time that Natalie was researching vampires, and you were also a raw chef.
I am.
Now, Natalie, I've got to say something here.
Yes.
Josie sometimes refers to herself as a vegetarian, but she eats fish. Does that piss you off?
That's a pescatarian.
That's a pescatarian. That's what I say.
That's correct.
No, but I'm a vegetarian.
Well, a lot of people don't know what pescatarians are, so it's easier to say vegetarian for the masses.
I used to be pescatarian, yeah. So
yeah.
people who didn't know what that was, I would just like vegetarian, but eats fish sometimes.
Because my mom used to be a vegetarian, and when people were like, "I'm vegetarian, but I eat chicken and fish," you're like, "Oh,
that,
you motherfuckers!"
That
you get really
piss me
pissed off.
off.
Yeah, and I only eat fish occasionally.
Right, sushi. Sushi means sex.
Anyway,
Anyway, yeah. So, but you actually became a raw chef.
Yeah, I got my certification last year. I haven't done anything with it, but hopefully I
Where
can.
did you go to school?
It was through a program. I flew to Phoenix for it through Alyssa Cohen, and it was like a 2-day kind of certification. I'm certified as a health coach, and I can teach as well. I can't certify others though, but I can definitely teach.
Do you eat mostly raw, or?
Yeah, I try to eat mostly raw, like fruitarian, kind of like fruit. Is like 2,000 calories in fruit, pretty much. And then at night, sometimes I'll have like a cooked vegan dish, just for comforting.
A fruitarian.
And
fruitarian.
a cooked vegan dish. What are your favorite cooked vegan?
I love. I'm a big fan of fall, so I love like root vegetables like pumpkin and lots of different types of squashes. I was kind of lucky living in Seattle for a while because I was located around a lot of great farmers markets with like delicata squash and like special spaghetti squash. And
Yeah, if you eat meat in Seattle, they'll just like, ooh, they'll look down on you.
Yeah, there's a lot of vegetarians.
Yeah.
in Seattle.
I ate a chicken sandwich and I got beat up for it, but that's what happens in
Oh,
Seattle.
that's what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell us about the film festival.
The film festival,
Couldn't
yeah.
wait, Josie.
Huh?
There's a whole film. You're going to be part of the film festival. So is Natalie. Let's hear about it.
I'm
Yeah.
doing red carpet interviews
I'm so
for you
excited.
guys.
Yeah, so Viscera Film Festival is on July 13th on next Saturday, and it's a festival dedicated for women in horror, like producers, directors, actors, because women don't get recognized as much in the horror industry. So this is what the film festival. It's all nonprofit organization. So
And what scary movies are they going to have?
oh, they're gonna have some zombie movies, post-apocalyptic movies, like.
And how are you going to dress?
And
'Cause I
they're
know you
all
always
they're
dress
all
crazy.
female directed.
All female, yeah, all female directed, and they're amazing.
How many submissions do you guys usually get?
We get all over the world, like hundreds and hundreds of submissions. I don't go through the submissions. From the submissions that we do approve, I send them out to other film festivals, or sometimes I coordinate venues for these
For
films to
viewings.
be viewed. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So
And how many are going to be viewed on Saturday?
on Saturday, if you go onto the Facebook page, it'll have a list. There's probably about 15 to 20.
And
when
that's
I looked
throughout
at
the
the
whole
list.
day, or
Yeah, it's throughout the whole day. I think it starts at 7, I believe, but you can get there at 6. And they're going to be filming these. They're full-length films, but there's also afterwards. There's going to be a lot of short films too. They also have I think they're going to be afterwards, after the full-length films. So that's going to be exciting. There's
And
so
I'm
many.
curious about Pet Cemetery because I
Pet
know.
Cemetery.
Oh yeah.
Is the news Pet Cemetery?
Yes, there's
Uh-huh.
a remake, and they've had a really hard time with the remake.
What, the pets
it's
keep
been
coming alive?
Yeah,
What's
I'm really. I'm excited to
haunted
see it
set.
too.
the Ramones won't give clearance? I mean, what's going on?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see that one too. Yeah, there's so many good ones. So there's something out there for everybody, I think.
But you always dress like you got the contacts and the crazy. What
Yeah.
crazy stuff are you going to do for the festival?
For the film festival.
Yeah, what are you going to be wearing? That's what I'm basically asking.
I always look different every time I go out.
It's true. You're not sure yet?
I'm not sure yet. Whatever. I always.
Because we had the animal prints here, and then we got the I don't know
black and white.
how we match,
stripes. Yeah.
but so
Well,
that's
sometimes
exciting.
I put on wigs. I don't think I'll do a wig that night though because it might be too hot. So
Okay,
I might do the fangs.
please.
Yes.
The audience indulges. Do you ever do the fangs in the film? No. So, but there's.
I like to do Labyrinth is my favorite movie. I like to do
Oh, okay.
masquerade masks and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You make sure to take the picture right at the.
Yeah, I
Right.
have some on. I might not anymore because I deleted a bunch of my Instagram photos because I had like 2,000. I thought that was a little excessive, but it's
I
on my
had
Facebook
7,000 on my last Facebook.
Who's the narcissist now?
See, I leave them on my Facebook because at least then they're organized in albums and stuff. But on
right.
Instagram, it was just there was no end.
Right. But
When I lost my page, I was like, 7,000 photos are gone.
yes, photos when you were young.
Evidence.
Yeah, exactly. But how do you
You're
get into?
gorgeous.
She is. Everybody here is gorgeous, including myself. But you were saying now, how do you get into comic books? That's what I wanted to know.
Well, I actually did something similar to what her film festival is. I helped with Womanthology. I helped do the social networking and connecting a bunch of the ladies together.
Right.
We each had our own independent fan bases, and I knew if we got enough of us together, we'd have a giant fan base. And then we ended up making over $100,000 on Kickstarter back before people were doing that. And then it got into Forbes and Publisher Weekly, and that was how I got broke in. We forced them to let us in.
Well, good for you, girl power.
Yeah.
Because I maybe I'll do a Kickstarter. I don't know, but you guys, I've seen you guys. I saw your Kickstarter. I saw yours. You did Indiegogo. I've heard.
I did that just to fund it, the base fund. Yeah.
Right, because I've heard Kickstarter's better than Indiegogo.
Well, for me, I didn't promote it the same way I did the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter was a massive movement. This was just me asking for a little bit of money, and I'm not
Okay.
very good at asking for money for myself.
Yeah, I
like,
was
you
gonna
know,
say,
here, help us do all
Because-
this for women everywhere, sure. But for me, just give me a little bit, and they gave me double what I needed. So
That's great.
Yeah.
And the 3 novellas are on there. So where are you going now? Because you were a journalist, you were a comic book writer. You're in the novellas. You're now you're bypassing your whole comic book fan base.
Yeah, I'm done with comics for now, because my artist was my cousin and he went home. So.
But you draw it, can't you do both?
It's different. Sequential art is different than regular art. I can, but it just takes a very long time.
Because this is what's weird. I don't see, because the thing about comic books that I never understood is why it's segmented like that.
Well,
why
I'm
somebody
not going
doesn't
to be able to change that.
Why
I mean,
somebody
I could
doesn't
write
write
an illustrated novel,
this
but that'll be
illustrate
different.
and ink and all. I don't know anything. I mean,
Yeah, I can do all of it. I can letter too. It takes a very long time. And I was a prose writer. I got into comics mostly because my cousin was an artist, and you have to have a team to break in.
Right.
So, then my cousin went back to Colorado. He'll be back either at the end of the year or at the beginning of next year. So I just switched back to prose, and I'm releasing a monthly free serial. And it's doing really well with the sci-fi community because it's sci-fi horror. So I'm going to collect it and then shop it around when I get done.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So
Very cool.
what's the sci-fi horror? Tell us what's
It's called Nina, the Intergalactic Demon Slayer.
Geez, I wonder why that went over well with the comic book
It's
crowd.
fucking awesome, yeah. And so it's about this. We don't have a wandering female sci-fi badass, and we need one. We need a chick who just goes fucking everywhere and does whatever she wants, and that's what she does.
Right.
Like
That's
new school Barbarella.
Yeah. And she slays Lovecraftian demons.
like my last 3 girlfriends, but. But no, that's great. So the serial you can find on Nicole Sixx.com.
You can find it on 3ifbyspace.net, and then under the On My Mind section, or you can just Google Nina the Intergalactic Demon Slayer, and it'll pop up. The nice thing about me is I've done well enough that you can pretty much Google anything I do now. So.
And Nina's pretty hot, I would imagine.
Yeah, I draw art for it. It's really nice. I don't actually draw her face because I want that to be left to the imagination, so she can be any woman you want.
So does it just cut off at the...
No, it's just look it up. You'll see what I mean. It's really gorgeous. And the
Okay.
interesting thing is, in order to get the right texture of space dust, I color it in eyeshadow and ink, and it looks really cool.
Oh, wow.
It's gorgeous. I'm really pleased with those pieces. I'm not always pleased with everything I do because, as an artist, you're kind of like, oh, I love it or I hate it. I love these.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. No, I'm definitely going to check that one out.
Are you going to be showing soon?
I'm supposed to put stuff out. I'm just not keeping up on it, but yeah, I'm gonna have something in Hyena soon. I make these acrylics, and then I only charge like $40 because I feel that everybody should have a chance to buy art, and plus my friends are making these gorgeous oil paintings, and I'm hanging my acrylics next to them, so do them justice.
Well, geez, once I get $40, I don't know when that's going to be, but I'm going to go right down there. But Natalie, I was so surprised to find out.
So
By the way, this is what we do. We go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and the conversation rolls. You were a stunt woman.
yeah.
How did that come about, and what's the most dangerous stunt you ever
Well, it was. I was not planning it.
Someone pushed you out a window or
No,
something?
no.
did? Yeah.
No, I was cast in Delusion of Blood Right last year as Catherine Lowell. It was a very minor stunt. I was hanged when you telekinetically pushed me off a chair, which was part of
So
the
someone
audience.
did push you.
Yeah, that was what I signed
They
up
didn't
to do with their
telekinetically do
mom.
it. They said, yeah.
What I ended up doing some more intense stunts because towards the end of the run, one of the stunt girls got an injury and couldn't do it anymore. Because you have to do these 25 to 30 times a night. So my director, John Braver, was like, hey, you are the same kind of size as her. Would you want to do some stunts? And I was like, yeah, why not? So it was really fun because I got to scare the bejesus out of people and get hooked up on rigs. And I was in the attic the whole night of this creepy mansion and snake down and scare people and grab them because I got to touch people. Which is cool.
It was like your childhood vampire
Yeah,
dreams
and
come
then
true.
and I got to do another stunt where I would it was like a 20-foot ceiling. And I would go on the bottom and then hover over everyone and then jump back up into the ceiling.
Gee, I had no idea. I would have had you do some stunts today for the show.
Oh.
Can we? You got a noose, Emery? You got a noose back there? Or,
We have the poll.
we got a pole.
Oh, okay. Drops.
I wouldn't trust that pole, but.
Oh yeah, that's my art. That's Nina.
Oh.
Nina.
Oh wow! Somebody Googled Nina.
Yay.
And you want to put? Yeah.
Here, I'll have you hold it.
Okay.
We're high tech.
That's Nina and her ship.
Oh wow.
Can you see it?
Is it on camera?
Does it
or-
look good?
Let's see. Turn it a little bit.
This way?
That's perfect.
See, now you're doing stunts.
Yeah.
This is stunt work.
This is a tough one. This is difficult.
There you go. Thanks.
Good.
That iPhone's pretty sharp.
Cool. Oh, okay. She's like shadowed.
Yeah, she's always shadowed.
Yeah. And Nina's arm
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
is
I
covered
see
in
that.
tattoos of every demon she's killed.
Oh wow,
Ah,
like Josie.
I like that.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every team.
that's cool. That's
Mine are just family members.
it-
I didn't kill them though.
now. If somebody came to you and said, "Let's make a Nina movie," would you go for
Yeah.
it? Because I was, it was you. I'm trying to think because now I'm getting you two confused because I've been fantasizing about both of you all show, so it kind of blends
bangs,
together.
uh-huh.
Yeah, well, you do have bangs, and sometimes your hair used to be her length, or you.
It did
Yeah.
a very long time ago.
So I think when I met you, it was
Yeah.
close to that. But you were the one, Buffy the Vampire Slayer,
What about it?
the comic book,
hmm
was your inspiration, or the first comic book that you?
No, it was the first comic I bought because I was buying everything Buffy at the time.
Right.
Because I was a
You were
a
into Buffy,
Watcher's
right,
Guide
Natalie?
even.
Oh, yes,
Oh yeah.
definitely.
Josie, Buffy?
Nope.
No. Okay. Yeah. Well, you.
We were little.
No, I know that this is what. You never got to Buffy?
No.
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 Not even the original with Christy Swanson and
No.
Pee-wee and all that.
Not
Oh,
at all.
excellent.
Yeah.
I did
Thought it was
tumbles for a
stupid.
week after that.
Sorry,
no.
girls.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. After you see the TV show, when you see the movie, it's got to be like, what the?
Oh, I saw the movie first, and
Yeah.
and the movie came out before the TV show.
Right, but I
That's
thought you
old.
guys were too young for the movie.
No,
I saw the movie after I saw the TV show.
Yeah, and you were like,
Because I was
what-
like, oh, I found out it was a based
you're
off
like this is. What,
I was
what is-
poor, so I got to watch a lot of VHSs.
Right. Well, I still have VHS.
I watched this. I don't
have
even know what that
VHS.
thing is. That giant disc that you put into.
Oh, the laser
Oh,
disc.
That's
I
how I
remember
watched
Sure.
Black Hole. The nuns at the orphanage put us on that. That's how.
that. Oh wow.
I also really loved Men in Tights and The Princess Bride. I had a huge Carrie Lewis
Those are
thing.
great.
Right. Because I was gonna say that after you watched the TV show, when you watched the movie, you're like, was it like the Wayans brothers did do this? Is this
See,
like,
it was the other way
is
around.
this like
I
a
was
parody? Yeah.
I was so excited because I don't remember how old I was when I watched Buffy. I was really little, and then the TV show came out. I'm like, oh my gosh, yay!
And it stayed for a long time.
That's
And-
cute.
It is cute.
Yeah.
And we're bonding over Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's cute. You creepy girl. This is a whole generation of women like this. This is like I'm going crazy because.
Joss Whedon, you can thank him. He's making everything this way. It really is Joss. He's,
Thank you, Joss Whedon.
he's what made nerds cool.
Yes.
Joss Whedon, Kevin Smith, all you guys. Because now, like, hot girls are like, yeah, like you. And like nerdy. Well, you still have no interest in me, but it's just the girls that were used to being like douchey shit, or like they didn't like me, but now it's like, wait a second, like guys, because you two are like a nerd's wet dream.
Well,
Like
and
you-
if enough of us exist, eventually it's just gonna be a lottery. One of them's bound to like you. If there are like
I-
100 of us versus 10.
You'd be surprised, but
Nope.
but
You're wrong.
because it's like, yeah, we can have sex, and then we can read comic books, and then we can swap the comic books, and then play video games, and we can have
You
more
are
sex, and then we.
dreaming.
Dude, that's not really what we do, though. I mean, some
That's
of us
what you should do.
I told you need one with the elf ears. We're the gothy girls. You can watch horror movies with us afterwards.
Yes, I got you. You got to see the vampire collection I've got. It's ridiculous. I got crazy. I got Nosferatu.
Oh,
I got Shadow of the Vampire. I got all of them. What's your favorite vampire movie?
my favorite vampire movie?
Yes, The Hunger is my
Ooh.
favorite.
That would probably be definitely up there. It would be The Hunger. I love The Lost Boys.
Right.
Carousel Boys is taken from Catcher in the Rye fused with Lost Boys.
Uh-huh.
I sort of
I'm gonna read
caught that
that.
a little bit.
You'd
I
like
think
it.
I'm gonna- I
If
think
you
I'm
like
gonna
Lost
enjoy that.
You'd like it anyway. Because
love Lost
it's,
Boys.
it's a good vampire story.
NicoleSixx.com.
Yeah.
Well, what's your favorite vampire movie? Or book?
I really love John Carpenter's vampires, and I'm not just saying that because I'm friends with the Carpenters. I'm saying that because I actually love it. So
How'd you meet the Carpenters?
I met Sandy. I still haven't met John, but my art is in their house because Sandy bought some.
Oh wow.
Sandy's awesome.
Okay.
I don't know if you're watching this. Hi. So
Hi, Sandy. I don't know who you are. Single?
no, Sandy's his
Oh.
wife. Jeez.
Oh, John Carpenter's wife. I thought it was like his daughter or something. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
I guess I won't be
Crossing
cast
lines.
in the new Vampires movie or whatever John Carpenter's
I
Halloween
like the
or whatever.
sequel too, and not just because Bon Jovi.
The Bon Jovi sequel. I'll go with the James Woods, but the Bon Jovi. You got to be kidding me. Come on.
I just like vampires behaving like vampires. That's all I really want. I always was like that. So.
Right. And Josie, your favorite was the what was it?
Bram Stoker.
Bram Stoker, yeah.
Bram Stoker.
I'm old
Good.
school.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Perfect Creature yet, Perfect Creature is really good.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you like terrifying vampires that takes a more modern twist, the Hamiltons.
Yeah, I've seen the Hamiltons.
Oh, yeah.
The
that
Hamiltons. I never
I
heard
haven't
of that.
seen that one.
It's like a
it's at Redbox right
secret
now.
It's like
Cool.
you don't know it's a vampire. I watched it not knowing it was a vampire movie, and I found out it was, and I was like, that's probably why I wanted to watch it.
Right. That's how the hunger snuck up on me.
Yeah.
Steve Niles made 30 Days a Night, my other good friend.
Love
So
That's a
30
great
Days
one.
of Night.
Right.
Mhm.
So you pal around with all the vampire circles, all the.
I pal around with all the horror people.
Great. That's great.
A lot of us like vampires.
Were you at Monster Palooza? Because we were.
No, Hyena Gallery was, though. I almost went this year.
Right. But so with the other stories you have though.
I live right down the street from Hyena.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been in?
Yes,
Good.
I love that place. And actually, what's his name? John?
Bill.
Bill is the owner. Yeah, Bill's pretty cool.
John, Bill, whatever.
John Bill.
Bill Schaefer.
Yeah, I like Bill.
But describe your other stories that are on NicoleSixx.com.
Okay.
Is it the trick or treat one?
Trick or Treat, I wrote when I was very young. I was in college, and it was
So you're getting the shivers already. It's
it was
like
my
ooh.
Halloween
Ooh.
story. And I was releasing a story a month, and that was the Halloween one. Speaking of Bon Jovi, the April one was called Slippery When Wet, which was about strippers who consume people's hearts and livers. But the Halloween one, Trick or Treat, was about this guy who just goes and he rings a doorbell and some hot chick hands him a magical thing, and then I can't really describe what happens. It's really fucked up.
The magical thing is
The magical thing.
She describes it as a party favor.
It's that
And
thing.
brings it
Sounds
back to the
nasty.
party.
It's that
Like
thing
it.
that Bon Jovi used to go ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah ooh ah in that one song. But and the other
And
story,
the other one's called The Keeper, which is about a deal with the devil, and the devil has dolls who do his bidding, and I cross lines with dolls that have never been crossed before.
not
They
even
have very
Not even
small
blow-up
heads,
dolls?
Child's
and I
Play,
use them
not-
in horrible ways.
not the doll maker, none of that. Like
No one's ever crossed this line before.
blow up doll, like you said, blow
The
up doll.
blow-up doll.
None of that.
Closer would
That's
have
a-
blow
that's a
doll, but
different
it's
story.
a small porcelain doll with small hands and brings new meanings to the term doll head.
Oh boy.
I gotta read this story.
It's only 99 cents. My goal is to make something cheap. I'm all about making. I mean, I understood that the economy tanked and the entertainment
Right.
industry needed to get with that, so I made stuff that would be.
So
affordable.
basically, you were the one responsible for the economic recovery now.
Sure, I'll take
by
credit.
having
you.
cheap artwork and cheap not cheap quality, but cheap
Affordable.
Affordable.
There we go.
affordable arts. Forget Obama. You're the one that turned it around.
Well, Hyena is very big on having affordable art anyway. I mean, I talk about these amazing oil paintings, but you can get some of them for $400, which whereas douchebag celeb artists are like, spend $4,000 on my painting. I'm like, why? Where am I going to hang that?
We bought something at Monster Palooza.
Right.
My friend that I was with.
I've never been to Hyena Gallery. I gotta go.
You do. You
They-
love
they
it.
were
You
right
go to
at the
CIA, I'll go
entrance.
to Hyena Gallery. We'll trade off.
go.
But so when is this? So this movie that you're doing on Kickstarter, the monster movie, you gonna do any stunts in that?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What stunts do they have planned for you?
Well, I'm going to. be
'Cause you're the
throw-
vampire.
Yeah. There's a few stunts. I mean, there's like throwing across the. I get thrown across the room. I throw people across the room. There's a lot of like
Josie, you want to practice that
gore.
with her? Or?
Yeah, there's a lot of gore.
Sounds like my last video.
Yeah, I don't know if I should
Whips
be.
and
I
chains.
don't want to give away too much.
Right.
Yeah, but
There'll be some wire work. And
there will be some wire work. Yeah.
And when do they start filming that?
We're gonna start filming pretty soon, maybe in the next 2 weeks.
And
Is
what
it
did-
full length or
It's a
short?
full-length feature film. We're
And-
just finding.
And what did you film last week? 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
yeah, what did you film last week?
Well, it's still a little under wraps as well. It's another feature film, but it's an action film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I can't say too much about it because it's the script isn't the name isn't out yet, so
Right.
my director doesn't want anyone stealing it. But
Right.
that's going to be exciting too, and we're going to be filming that this summer as well.
So you're like, are you an action star? Or you're the girl that's like, oh,
I'm
please
the-
protect me.
No, I'm in the action film. I'm the smart one, the technologically advanced one.
Oh, you're the one that gets
The-
behind the computer.
Yeah, I'm the youngest one too that goes through like a transformation. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yep.
So at the beginning of the movie, you're wearing glasses and stuff, and you're like,
No,
"Yeah.
just like, you know, it's
Hello, how are you?"
not like
And then
that.
and
Not
then,
that kind of, no, not that kind
Yeah.
of transformation. It's like,
Then at the end, you're like, "Hi."
I'm like, yeah, I like get really hot, I guess. I guess
Josie did that
say.
phone sex voice, like, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Yeah, that was good.
So you start off with
That was
hello, and then you end up with
Hello.
exactly.
Yeah.
I
That's
can
a
I
great
can
way
see
of
I can
putting
see
it,
that
yeah.
transformation.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out, we both can W. Like we can do that. But you got a lot of movies coming up, and so that's
From the
great.
beginning, you start. You sound like Mark's Aunt Myrtle.
Who sounds like Mark's Aunt Myrtle? I don't have an Aunt Myrtle. What are you talking about?
That's what that voice sounds like.
Hello. That's my Aunt Myrtle.
Yes. It sounds
Yeah.
like it would be an Aunt Myrtle, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm nerdy, like, hello, yeah. I'll type in your code, and we'll break the code, and we'll play some war games. I know how it is. I know the nerdy character.
I'm not that nerdy.
Because even nerds aren't that nerdy anymore, so.
No, I'm not that nerdy.
It's like, yeah, I dress
No.
up, yeah. I'm dressed like an elf, but I'm still cool
Yeah.
now. So what's your weirdest Comic-Con experience? You had to have had some Comic-Con stalkers.
I actually don't. I have people. I mean, I'm really cool with if you're creepy, I just block you, and then you're probably not going to try to find me in real life. I mean, there's
But
only
not creepy in a good way.
Wait, I'm checking if we're still friends. Hold on. Go ahead.
But no, people will meet up with me. I don't have any weird experiences. I embarrassed myself a couple of times. I actually consider it something
I do that
successful
all the time.
when I don't embarrass myself socially, because I'm very outgoing, and every once in a while I do something dumb. So
What was the last dumb thing you did? You brought it up.
I don't want to talk about it.
What was the last dumb thing you did socially?
Dumb thing I did socially?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know. I bet some other people could tell you if I did something dumb. I think everything I do is like just
Awesome.
me. Even
These
if it's
follow-up
dumb.
questions are not working this week. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get. But no, you are
Spank
very
train.
outgoing. I don't think it's that time yet. Hold on. But no, I was just checking. Yeah, you're still my friend. So Spank Train's coming. You guys ready for that?
What's that? Are we gonna spank each other?
Yeah, we're going to spank each other. At the end of the show, we do the Spank Train. Oh,
You
you
have
saw?
to get in the middle.
I guess so. But before we do the Spank Train, we got to go to NicoleSixx.com.
Okay.
Promote everything you want to promote right now.
And Six is spelled with 2 X's, like Motley Crue Six.
Right.
That's my real name. There's a story there. Buy me a drink first.
Does vitamin water count?
It's on my birth certificate. It was the 80s. It's a bunch of crazy stuff you could only do in the 80s that would never pass these days.
Right,
So.
Josie? No, go ahead. And so what do you want to
No.
promote?
So
I don't remember.
yeah.
Josie
so,
might be your mom.
No.
Okay.
Thankfully, it's okay. I don't mean that because you. I mean, my mom's a bad person. You don't want to be my mom. So, all right, that was awkward.
So what do you want to promote?
Right? So NicoleSixx.com is where you get all my horror stuff. Follow me on Twitter at Nicole6_. Come be friends with me. And then, yeah.
So somebody has Nicole Sixx without the underscore, I'm assuming.
Yeah, they've been hacked by spam. And if Twitter would ever fucking verify me, but Twitter doesn't believe I'm a real person, so someday when I have like 100,000 followers, then I'll be too good for your verification, Twitter. Screw you. So.
Okay.
Right.
And Natalie, what do you want to promote?
I definitely want to promote the Viscera Film Festival this Saturday.
Yes.
You can go to viscerafilmfestival.com.
And that's Saturday, July 13th. July
It's my
13th.
birthday.
Is it your
So
birthday?
it
Oh,
is.
happy birthday.
Thank you.
So we're all
It's
gonna-
be
yeah.
a great. Everyone's celebrating my birthday.
Oh, my goodness. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, so viscerafilmfestival.com. It's viscera, like the skeletal structure.
Right.
And as they also have a Facebook as well. So check that out. And then the Monster Project also has some trailers out as well that we filmed. And the Monster Project also you can find on Facebook or on YouTube.
Oh, great.
Mhm.
And follow your vegan
Yeah,
vampire
the
bat on
Vegan
Twitter.
Vampire Bat on Twitter or the Vegan Vampire Bat on Instagram.
There you go.
Josi Kat, Josi K. Josi Kat. Just Google me and you'll find my Twitter and my Instagram.
Yes. And we don't want to talk about Facebook.
Josi K-A-T.
This week I get to participate in the spank train. I'm getting right in between you two, okay?
All right.
All right, you ready for
Yeah.
it?
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Everybody have a wonderfully creepy week.
We'll lead the way.
Take a wild
Okay.
guess.
It's easy.
Goodbye. Have a wonderful